the best way to create a winning ad is just to model what's worked previously. The issue is most people mess this up. And what most people do is they'll just go to like the ads library and they'll be like, oh, this ad looks good. This sounds good. That copy reads well. And they'll model it. And the issue is they have no idea if that ad is working or not. That could be losing that company money. Now, you might say, oh, well, if I go back and see that an ad's been running for like 3 months and it's still active, then surely it's making money. And maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but a few things. Number one, that ad might be spending like $1 a day. Like, you don't know. Some people just leave ads on running at a really low rate without it actually scaling. So you don't actually know how much is being spent, which is a good indicator. If an ad has spent a lot of money, then it's a good indicator that it's working very well. Number two, what you see in the ads library isn't 100% accurate. I know people where they'll have ads that appear in the ads library that are active. And I know for a fact they're not actually running those ads. So you can't fully trust the data that you see. So if you want to find ads that are currently working really well, one of the best ways, not the only way, but one of the best ways to do this is to go to ClickBank. And you can go to ClickBank Marketplace and you can look at the top offers. Now, the top offers here, they'll have hundreds, if not thousands of affiliates running ads to these offers and making a lot of money. So you know that if an offer is at the top of ClickBank, then you know that it's working with ads to cold traffic, pretty much. Now, a lot of the top offers on ClickBank are health related, so you'll see them here. I've just opened a few of them up. Some of them look very similar. I think even some of the top offers are just owned by like the same group of people, but they just have loads of different products. But essentially, there's loads of affiliates running traffic to these products. Now, what you want to do, I use a tool called VidTow, which I'm sure some of you are familiar with. You can basically look for these different affiliate offers on VidTow to see the ads that are running on YouTube. So they even have an affiliate section where you can just search purely for affiliate offers. And I've typed in health here just because that's what we're talking about on ClickBank. But you can search for all the different affiliate networks, and basically it's going to bring up all the ads that are running to those offers. And you can see here that the total spend of this ad is 4.7 million. So I analyzed some of the top ads from ClickBank, and they all followed a very similar pattern. So what we're going to do in today's video is I'm going to break down the ad and show you the different components that go into it. Now, this isn't a template that you just plug and play and just swap out a few words. You actually have to use some brain power here to understand, okay, what worked in this ad, why it worked, and how can I recreate it for my own offer. Obviously, some of you just might use this tool to find the best ads with the best offers and try and copy it word for word and then run the same offer trying to make money. That's not what this video is for, but I'm sure some of you will probably do that. But if you want to find a reliable way of recreating winning ads, it's to study what's worked, understand why it worked, which is important, and that will allow you then to recreate winning ads for multiple different offers and different niches for different businesses. You need to understand what they did, but most importantly, why they did it. So you can see this ad in particular, it is for a vision offer, helping basically people's vision. And you can see here over the last 12 months, it's gone from October 2023, it's spent $4.7 million. Now, it looked like this software only started tracking the ad in October 2023. So maybe this ad was just launched in October 2023. It says August it was published. I don't know, again, how accurate this data is. Maybe it spent more, but for sure it spent 4.7 million at least in the last 12 months. So you know that if someone has spent $4.7 million on one video, it's working very well. So what we're going to do now is break this down and see if we can try to understand what they did, why they did it, and how we can replicate it for different offers we might be running as well. So just going to push this here. I'm going to try and listen to it and run down the document at the same time. Now, it's got captions, so maybe I'm not sure how the audio is going to sound because it's coming out of the speakers and should be into this microphone, but it's got captions anyway, so we should be all good. Now, it starts with a hook. Obviously, every piece of marketing probably starts with a hook. The hooks that are across the top offers can vary. So there's not like one specific hook framework. If you've done any kind of research or learning around marketing, there's obviously multiple ways to hook people. But what you'll find is that the rest of the body follows a similar pattern, because what these affiliates do and what the best marketers in the world do is they find an ad that's working and they'll keep the body the same, but they'll just split test tons of different hooks. Because number one, it's easy because you just have to edit basically the first 5 seconds of the video. But number two, if you know that something converts, then you just need to try and get different people to watch what works. So the best way to do that is to just test loads of different hooks to appeal to loads of different people, to appeal to loads of different pain points, to appeal to loads of different desires, and get them hooked in so they can actually watch the piece of content that converts, which, in this example, there's 12 different steps that we need to go through. So there's no one specific structure for the hook, but obviously what most hooks do is they pique curiosity and then they connect to some form of pain point or desire of your ideal prospect. So obviously before you go and write an ad or try and recreate this format for one of your own offers, you obviously need to go and do your customer research and understand the pains, the beliefs, the desires, the goals, etc., etc. So we'll just watch it now.
There's one simple vision hack anyone can use to improve vision.
So there's one simple vision hack that anyone can use to improve vision. One simple vision hack, right? That's piquing curiosity. I don't know what the spoons are about. This actually seems to be a little bit of a theme across some of the offers. I don't know what the spoons are about, but obviously that's piquing curiosity. Improve vision, that's going to be a big desire of our ideal customer because this is a vision improvement supplement / offer.
So you can say goodbye to your optometrist.
Say goodbye to your optometrist for good. Okay, so that's another desire. So instantly, we're connecting with our ideal customer and we're using big curiosity in the beginning to get them hooked into the rest of the video.
For good. Did you know that vision impairments have nothing to do with your eyes?
So this is something that a lot of the top ads do, and even we've used this a lot with our clients at the agency, is the main hook or like the main angle of the ad is basically saying what you've been taught previously about fixing this problem, and in this example it's vision, but it can be related to anything. What you've been taught previously about fixing this problem or what you have tried previously to fix this problem is wrong. So I call it like a shocking misconception, where one of the easiest ways to get someone to buy from you is to basically say to them, hey, you've tried all this stuff previously and none of it's worked. Here's why. But actually, I've got this new amazing solution that does work. You should try it. That is like the basis of some of the best ads in the world, is basically, hey, what you've tried previously isn't working because of this. Try this new thing instead. Because the reality is, for most people, not everyone, but for most people, your customers, that you're not going to be the first solution they've tried. A lot of the time, if someone wants to learn something, they want to lose weight or whatever it is, they've had this problem for a while and they've probably tried different solutions that haven't worked for them. And that's why they're still looking. And that's why they're in deep enough pain to want to buy from you, because they've got this big problem. They've tried to solve it. It's not worked for them. They're frustrated and they're desperate for a solution. So you want to play into that with your advertising and almost emphasize with them, hey, I understand you've tried all this stuff. You're frustrated it's not worked. I understand, but here's the reason why it's not worked. And if you can explain to them in a way that makes sense that what they've tried previously doesn't work or it's wrong, and then you can offer them a brand new solution, then that's going to make people buy from you. So that's like what a lot of these top advertisements do. So here we're saying that vision, your bad vision has actually nothing to do with your eyes. Because a lot of people will try and get, eye surgery, they'll get glasses. Basically, they're trying to fix a problem by fixing their eyes. But here, the shocking misconception is that it's got nothing to do with your eyes. And that's why what you've tried previously isn't working for you.
The eyes are simply a camera for the part of the brain responsible for your sight. Here's the truth. No matter what type of glasses you wear or what eye treatments you try, you're only treating...
Glasses, eye treatments, this is all the stuff that they've tried previously that hasn't worked for them. So we're connecting to them here and being like, all this stuff that you've tried doesn't work.
The symptoms, not the root cause.
So it's trying to target the symptoms, not the root cause. So when you give a shocking misconception like this, you need to also kind of explain it a little bit. You can't just say a big, bold statement, but not explain why it is the case. Because otherwise it's like, well, that doesn't mean anything. So here, as it goes on to explain, this could make sense to someone and they will be like, oh yeah, okay, I understand. Like it is just trying to solve, like it's a band-aid. It's not actually solving the root cause.
So listen up. Eventually it will become harder and harder to see clearly.
So now we've talked about the shocking misconception. Now we're going to add pain, agitate them a little bit, and in some cases we're going to use urgency.
Making you feel detached.
Making you feel detached, pain point.
And less engaged in life.
Less engaged in life, pain point.
This is when your loved ones start to worry if you're able to manage on your own.
Loved ones worry about you, pain point.
And the next thing you know, you're relying heavily on others.
Next thing you know, relying heavily on others. So this is a bit of agitation. So if you're familiar with the PAS framework, it's like a copywriting framework. It's pain, agitation, solution. Hey, this is a pain point. This is why it's really bad, and this is why you need to fix it soon. And then you provide the solution, which we're going to get onto. But that's what this section is basically doing. It's just piling on the pain. So, and it's creating urgency of like, oh my gosh, if I don't fix this pain, all these bad things are going to happen to me. I need a solution now. That's basically what we're doing right now. We're piling it on, making the situation feel unbearable, and also making them really scared for the future of what their life could look like without finding a solution. So that's going to create the emotion in them and the urgency within them to actually want to buy from us.
But here's some good news for you. Top researchers from the University of Cambridge have made a startling discovery while studying a lesser-known area of the...
So once you talk about, hey, you've tried these solutions in the past, they haven't worked for you, here's why, this is what's going to happen if you don't figure out a solution, then you want to basically intro your unique mechanism, which is basically your new way that is going to help them get to where they want to be. So this is what this section is doing now. A lot of these health offers talk about researchers of, all these, they're basically leaning on the credibility of a doctor, a researcher, these, well-respected universities. So that might not be relevant for everyone's offer. You can't always say, oh, researchers from Cambridge have figured out this. But if anything's like science or health related, stuff like that will crush, basically. You'll see most of these top health offers always leverage some form of expert who has, discovered this like new amazing thing in his lab.
The brain, these researchers were stunned to find that all vision impairments stem from one single root cause. More importantly, they've unveiled a simple 7-second vision ritual you can begin to apply tonight, which is now scientifically proven to restore your vision back to clarity. So
the thing is here, they're not being very clear on what the unique mechanism is, because that's what basically they want to click the ad to learn. But they're basically saying they found this shocking discovery and it has an amazing benefit to you if you use it, which is, improving the vision in this sense. So in the ad, you don't give them the detail of what the unique mechanism is. They need to click to learn that. But you basically want to say, shocking new discovery that allows you to X, Y, and Z. And that is basically their desires and all the things that they want.
Regardless of your age.
So at this point, when you have proposed a new solution and you've introduced the unique mechanism, which is the new solution, next up, you basically need to start objection handling, because as soon as you say to someone, hey, there's this new, amazing, shiny thing that's going to help you, then people automatically, the guard raises up and they have skepticism. And they're going to have all these false beliefs and these objections circling in their head of why it can't work. And that is usually just come from, number one, human nature to be skeptical. But number two, it's come from them trying stuff that has promised something similar in the past and it's not worked for them. So they're still scarred from those experiences. So you basically need to start overcoming the objections here. So here they're going to go into, I don't know what it is, but regardless of your age, right? So some people, a false belief of their ideal customer is that just your vision goes with age. And if you're 50 plus, 60 plus, and you've got bad vision, then it's something you're going to have to live with for life. So that's a big false belief that they need to overcome if someone's going to buy their product. So that's something to note as well. Before you write an ad like this, you need to make a list of all the false beliefs of your ideal prospects and the beliefs that are going to stop them from buying from you. Again, in this example, it's that your vision goes with age, and you need to write those out, and then you need to make sure that you overcome them in the ad itself.
Age or current eye condition.
Regardless of age, regardless of current eye condition.
Even 70-year-old patients who were entirely dependent on their glasses for over 7 years are now seeing better than ever. I encourage you to stop.
So here, we basically said, regardless of your situation, so all these objections you have, don't worry about it. And then here it works especially well for, and then connection. So this isn't word for word what it said, but it's basically saying, regardless of all these objections that you have, it's going to work for you. And it actually works for these type of people as well. And this way, you're basically going to connect with your most ideal customer. So here, you can see that it's basically used the example of, I think it was a 70-year-old who was entirely dependent on the glasses, right? So they know that their ideal customer is someone who's wearing glasses. And their ideal customer, the person who's going to be in enough pain to purchase this product, is someone who is entirely dependent on glasses. Because if they're targeting someone whose vision is kind of going, but it's kind of not, and it's okay, and they can get by without wearing glasses, then they're probably not going to buy this, right? Because they're not in deep enough pain. So when you intro this part here where you say, and it works really well for this type of people, or it's even been proven to work on this type of person, you need to make sure that it is you're describing your ideal customer who's in the biggest pain, because they're the people the most likely to buy.
What you're doing, and click the Watch Now button below right now to watch a free informative video that will show you how to naturally reclaim your vision. Remember.
So that's just a call to action to learn more. In this example, it's going to be to watch a video to naturally reclaim your vision. So they did a call to action linked with a benefit.
No need for a doctor or spend hundreds of dollars. This is something.
So there it said no need for a doctor or to spend hundreds of dollars. So again, you've introed a solution, you give a call to action. They're thinking about clicking the link, but they have all these objections in their mind. So they no need for a doctor or to spend hundreds of dollars. Again, that is stuff that they've probably tried in the past. They've probably gone and seen multiple doctors about their eyes. They've probably spent hundreds of dollars on different solutions, different medications, glasses, contact lenses, whatever it is. These are all the stuff that they've tried that hasn't worked for them before, and something that they don't want to do again. And it's also, again, an objection because they might think in their head, oh, I don't know what's on the other side of this video, but they're probably just going to try and sell me something that's going to cost hundreds of dollars. Or they're probably going to try and get me to book in a consult with a doctor, right? So again, those are the false beliefs that our prospects has that's going to stop them from clicking the ad. So we need to basically overcome those objections after the CTA and say, hey, this is not what you think it is.
You can easily do from home.
Something you can easily do from home. So again, all of the other solutions that this prospect has tried is probably involved, going out to see someone, surgery, doctor's appointments, etc., etc. So that's a big benefit of this, something you can easily do from home. So it's going to be quick.
Already over 110,000 people of various ages are using this 7-second ritual.
So no need for all of these pain points. And then now helped X many people. So now we're just adding in social proof. It's helped, hundreds of people, thousands of people.
And can finally see clearly even in low light situations. Just imagine, no more blurring, double vision or...
So now we're just future pacing. We've overcome the objections, shown that it's worked for other people. Now we're just appealing to their desires, future pacing what their life will look like after they use our product.
Strain on your eyes. No more dealing with expensive glasses that never really help. Best of all, you'll finally be able to cherish the world around you again. However,
So again, this is all just if you know your ideal customer and you know the specific situations that they want to experience, then you can just paint a picture for them in this part of the ad.
Billion-dollar eyewear industry has twice before removed this special present.
So health offers do this specific example, but again, what they're basically trying to do here is create urgency. So a lot of the health offers, you'll see that they say, this will get taken down soon because of X. Now, usually in the health space, it's big pharma want to, remove this video from the internet because if we show you this natural solution to your health problems, then they're going to lose out on billions of dollars, like the health industry is going to lose money. So therefore, this video is going to get taken down soon. So therefore, you need to click the link, right? So that's like the specific angle that the health offers go with. Obviously, you would just tailor it to your own offer niche industry. So you don't need to start talking about how the friggin' Matrix is going to, take the video down if you don't want to. But you need to try and figure out what is some form of like point of urgency that you can add in here that feels real. So, or is real probably. So they're just adding the urgency in here. So you'd have to tailor that for your own business.
Presentation from the internet in a desperate move to safeguard their profits. So it's uncertain how long this invaluable information will remain available. This time, click the Watch Now button below before it's too late.
Cool. And then they just do a final call to action. So you can see here that obviously that ad is specific for the health industry. And if you run a health offer, then you could probably take, a few more examples from that. But it's not about the specific words that they use. It's not about that specific hook that they use. It's the format that they take you through. And if you can replicate this framework and create it for your own ad, or your own offer, then it's probably going to work for you. Like, you don't just randomly come across an ad and spend $4.7 million on it. Like, you do that because it's steeped in, buyer psychology. So it's not about just copying the words or anything like that. It's understanding the flow and what goes into the ad. And if you can do that, then it's going to work for you. So this, again, the main angle of this is, hey, this thing that you've tried before previously, it doesn't work. Here's why. Here's a brand new solution. This is why it works so well. And it works regardless of objection, pain point. And it's not just worked for this person, it's worked for all these people as well. Look at all this social proof. Imagine if you were able to get this solution, you're going to be able to achieve X, Y, and Z, but you've got to act quick, because it's going to get taken down soon. The offer's only available for a limited time. Click the link to learn more, right? So you can see the flow. And if you recreate that framework for a different offer, and you've done it well in terms of your ideal customer, the pain points, the desires, you come up with a good, unique mechanism, then it's going to work for you as well. What I want to do is have a look at some of the other big offers for ClickBank. So we've got this one here. And you'll just see kind of like, I won't play it all, but you'll see like similarities of how they do it. So the hook can be different. So again, the hook can be sometimes completely different.
For anyone struggling with high blood sugar,
anyone struggling with high blood sugar, right? So again, connecting to the pain point.
Not drink cold water.
Do not drink cold water. I don't know what it's got to do with that, but you can see that's a curiosity. So create curiosity, connect to a pain point, or connect to a desire.
Type 2 diabetes is a completely reversible condition. You may not know this, but the biological reason...
Boom. Your traditional belief about this problem is false. You probably don't know this, X, Y, and Z.
People struggle with type 2 has nothing to do with how many carbs or sugar.
It's got nothing to do with this. Just like with the vision one, it's got nothing to do with your eyes. This one, it's got nothing to do with the sugar that you eat.
A November 2023 study.
A November 2023 case study. You get the point, right? This is going to just model the exact framework that we talked about. You can see there, they hooked. It's got nothing to do with what you think it's got something to do with. And actually, these people discovered a completely new way to fix the problem. So it's literally, again, this ad spent $1.7 million total. In the last 30 days, it spent $650K. So this is working right now, It said here that it was published in April. So you can see the data that in April, it was published. So what's that? April, May, June, July, August. In the last 4 or 5 months, It spent $1.7 million this ad. So you know that it's going to work for sure. So again, I won't play the rest of it, but you can just see how clearly it follows the very similar thing. Some of the stuff might not be like exact, but the flow is pretty much almost the same. This one as well, I think this is like these guys use a similar hook. I don't know if it's the same company. I don't think it is the same company. Let's have a look. This is health education reviews. I mean, it could be the same person, just different YouTube channels, but
there's one simple hearing hack anyone can use to improve their hearing.
So, I mean, it's actually copied the hook of the other really successful one. So this one, it's a hack to improve their hearing instead of hack to improve your vision.
Almost overnight. Did you know that hearing impairments have nothing to do with...
Hearing impairments have nothing to do with your ears.
The ears are nothing more than a microphone to the part of the brain responsible for your hearing.
It's not about your ears, it's actually the brain.
Here's the problem. No matter what type of hearing aid you use or what treatments you try, you're only treating the symptoms, not the real root cause.
Very similar to the first one.
Listen, eventually it will get harder and harder to understand words during...
So then it's now going into this part. It's going to get harder and harder. You're going to struggle to hear, etc., etc. And it's probably going to talk about now discovered a new way.
During a conversation, leaving you feeling isolated and less social. This is when your family starts wondering if you're able to take care of yourself. And next thing you know, you're being sent off to the old folks' home. Luckily for you, there's now a solution. Top scientists from the University of Cambridge.
There you go. It's probably made by the same person or been very heavily modeled. But again, this one has spent 630 or 640K. So one of the best ways is to just get like a subscription to that software and just go and study and model the best ads. But again, a lot of the ones, the top of the health offers anyway, which, you know, makes millions of dollars, follow this type of framework. So take it and see if you can recreate it for your own business, for your own offer, and see how you go. And yeah, I think that's it.